Ladies and gents, welcome to the channel again. This is Mantok Productions. I thought I'd jump online this morning on VATSIM as we have a little bit of ATC in Eastern Australia. We're here at Coffs Harbour. We don't have any ATC at Coffs Harbour, but as we get in the air and we fly down to Sydney, we should have some ATC to guide us into our stand at Sydney. We have an approach controller, an area controller. So that is Melbourne Centre 129.8. So we're going to fly down there. Here we are up at Coffs Harbour. I'm just using Volanta. We're going to nope, not do that. Let's see. DC-6 VH. I think I actually have DC-6. Do I have? That's the one. That's the one. We're going to go YSSY, and we do have a flight plan, and I already did that in the sim brief. So we have a flight plan. We're just going direct, and we're using an NDB here at the airbase there, just north of Newcastle. So it's just an NDB. We're going to use a VOR outbound from Coffs Harbour and a VOR inbound to Sydney as well. So that's that. So let's have a look at vPilot. I'm signed in as Ansett Airlines 445, and you can see the two controllers that we have. Let's go to the flight plan and let's redo this. We are this is YCFS to YSSY. Departure time is going to be 06. Let's go 07 Zulu. Time en route 45 minutes should be fine. Flight fuel available 1 hour 30 is fine as well. Let's go up to 18,000 feet, and cruise speed, let's say, is 300 true airspeed. YCFS. The next waypoint is Williams. Flying vintage DC-6B using radio navigation, no GPS. File flight plan. There we go, pretty simple. Let's jump into the flight deck and turn on track IR. So here we are. We've not got the GPS initialized in this aircraft. Let's just bring up the tablet. So we've got the ground power unit on. Let's just first go, we have the no GPS set. We have our realism options all on. No stress damage as of yet. Yep, no stress damage as of yet. I've done a little bit of flying in this already, as you can see. I think I brought this aircraft over from New Zealand. Let's go and get the before start checklist set up. One thing let's do before we get too much further is let's go and configure our fuel. Now I know our fuel should be about 4,400. Oh no, this is in pounds. Hang on. Now can I change that here? I forgot how to change from. Okay, I forgot how to change from that. I'm just going to convert it. That's 4437, so that's kgs to pounds. That is 4437 is 9,781 pounds. So let's go select that. No, so with 9,700, let's just go 10,000 pounds. So we've got a little bit of redundancy. So we've got 10,000 pounds of fuel. Our excuse me, our estimated zero fuel weight, as that's in kg. Let's go back to my kg to IBs, and let's see what that is. So, estimated zero fuel weight is 69,700 pounds. So let's come down here. Let's just pause track IR so I can actually look around. So empty weight 6,100. So let's put some passengers in here. So the fuel is an extra 10,000. So we know we can go to 79,000. Okay. So that should be, so the gross weight's 79,000 pounds. We know the fuel is 10,000 pounds, so we know that the zero fuel weight is 69,000 pounds, which is what SimBrief is giving us, with a max block fuel of 4,437 kilos, which of course we've transferred into the 10,000 pounds. So that is our fuel weights done. Now let's just go back to the the start. So we've put in our flight plan, we've put in our squawk, we've put in our call sign, we've got our mode Charlie ready to go. Looking on VATSIM, we don't have any other aircraft around us at the moment. So let's take off. We're going to be on Unicom, and we're going to announce ourselves on Unicom, on Coffs Harbour Unicom. And it's going to be a nice evening flight in winter down to, what is it? It's our autumn here, so that's their spring down south. So let's just double check. Yes, right. Because of the different kinds of engine controls I've been flying with, let's go open my controls. Now I have two SciTech throttle quadrants, so let's just go and have a look. So this is the right hand. So let's go four engine right, four engine prop liner right, and let's make that four engine prop liner left. And those are apply and save, go back, resume, and now I have my two sides of the aircraft throttle controls there. So let's crack the throttles, and let's get this baby on the road. So we can actually start up the engines on stand and then turn, as you can see with the dotted line. So let's do that. Let us go to the ground power units, turn that off. We do not have wheel chocks, pitot covers, engine oil pans, mechanic stands, or the tow bar. So we are ready to go. So first things first, let's come up. Let's make sure that the fasten seatbelt sign is on, the no smoking is on, the beacon is on, and we're standby ready to flash our strobes. So with the parking brake set, let's take off the control lock, and let's just see how much travel we have here. We appear to have full travel. Yep, good. So with our current setting, let's go and have a look. Let's bring our mixtures. Like so. Let's come up to the overhead, and he's turned on the main fuel pump low, which is good. Let's turn on the third engine, and we have the third engine selected to number 3, or the engine selector. So we have cracked the throttles. Let's go start the engine. So what we want to do is we want to go start prime boost, and he's going to count the blades. He's not going to count us the blades. Okay, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Oh. There we go. Plain battery. Yeah. It's because when I turned off the ground power, I didn't pull the power off from ground to the battery. There we go.
3, 6, 5, 12.
Okay, T's and P's. Manifolds up. Fuel flow. Carb air. Oil temp. Oil pressure. Just bring... It's idle around 1100-1200 RPM. The oil temperature, oil pressure, yeah, okay, yep, so there's oil pressures, all good. Okay, good start. Right, let's go engine number 2. Turn those on. Let's go start.
3, 6, 5, 12.
You can start the engines in a variety of different ways. Some people swear by starting engines in certain ways. Others, there are better ways and there are worse ways. I'm probably not doing it the best way. People introduce mixture at the last moment and all sorts, so don't take what I'm doing as gospel. This is a fairly quick and easy, probably a dirty way of doing it, but just idling and watching the oil pressures there. Oil pressure is the most important. The second you turn any engine on, you watch the oil pressure, because if that goes wrong, then you shut down immediately. Oil just destroy the whole engine. Let's go now to engine number 4. See it turning there.
6, 5, 12.
Okay, oil pressure's good. Those RPMs will stabilize as the engine warms up. So let's just keep both of them above 1000 RPM. And now let's go to engine number 1.
3, 6, 5, 12.
Okay. All 4 engines are online. Watching oil pressures all look good. Just bring that RPM above 1000 RPM. Have them both idle. Like so. Perfect. Now we've got all 4 engines on. Let's go to our AFE and turn on the after start checklist. And then
Battery switch. Plane entry. Generators and inverters. Checked and on. Emergency lights. Armed. Ground power.
actually let's keep those off for the moment while we're on stand. Okay, everything is good. Let's get ready for taxi. Now, let's go 122.8. Oh. One two two decimal 8. And let's also tune up the Coffs Harbour VOR, which is 117. Set. And we should see that spinning. And we want to be departing Coffs Harbour on a heading of 191. Set. Okay, that is pretty much what we need to get us going. Let's just double check again. Are we okay on VATSIM? We are. Oh, and we've got a approach controller. Oh, fantastic! Right, let's get in the air. Right, so parking brake off, and the aircraft's rolling. Test brakes. Brakes are good. Coffs Harbour traffic, Ansett Air 445 is taxiing from stand to the active Coffs Harbour traffic. Yep, you can see that I was transmitting there. Let's just swing the aircraft around, and in the interim, let's just set flaps 5. So there's the end of the runway. We can see by the windsock we need to taxi down to the other end. So let's go before takeoff checklist. I tried to install the Qantas livery for this morning's flight, but for some reason I couldn't get the Qantas livery to actually show in my aircraft selector list. So that's why this is an Ansett flight instead of Qantas. Really wanted to fly in Australia because I don't fly in Australia often, and I saw the ATC online this morning, and I decided that it was an opportunity too rare to miss, really. Beautiful. Let's just tap the brakes. We are on alt. Yep, mode Charlie. And let's see, we have that is a taxiway that is way too small for me. That's for the general aviation aircraft at Coffs Harbour. And then we'll go down and turn around. Coffs Harbour traffic, Ansett 445 is taxiing onto runway 03 for backtrack and takeoff to the northeast. Coffs Harbour traffic. Okay, let's just bring those down. Let's get that there. And now as we go onto the runway, yeah, we've got our lights extended. Let's go flashing beacon on. And we should, yeah. We should actually have our flashing beacon on. And as the evening sets in, it's gonna set pretty soon. Let's turn on my cabin lights. Okay. Just bring the RPM down again. You can see the engines are shaking up the aircraft a little bit too much there. And we will get positioned and ready for takeoff. Now this is going to be a dry takeoff because we're not above the weight required for ADR fluid, so we don't need to do that. And we'll be taking off actually over the harbour. The Coffs Harbour will be on our right hand side. Oh, I didn't judge that properly now, did I? I'll be okay there. Yeah, we'll be okay. Oh, I do love Microsoft Flight Simulator's lighting engine. Right, okay, we are lined up, ready to go. And in fact, I'm not going to use the takeoff and the cruise and the descent. I'm going to manually tune. Am I though? Decisions. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
30 inches stabilize. 30 inches stabilize.
Okay, just manually holding the brakes with my feet. Coffs Harbour traffic Ansett 445 is taking off runway 03 bound for Sydney, Coffs Harbour.
Stabilized. Tail flaps. Tail.
Okay, control locks off. We're all good. Wait for the signal. Power set. Power set, brakes off. Okay, just maintaining centerline and watching the speed. Airspeed alive through 40, 50, 60 knots, 70 knots, 80 knots, 90 knots, 100 knots, 110. Let's begin rotating at about 110. There we go. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. Okay, we don't want to hit that hill ahead of us, so let's just keep going. We are light, of course, for a DC-6, so I have no performance issues here this evening. There's the VOR that we're tracking currently. You can see the needle is swinging with that VOR. And as we come up over the hill, we should see Coffs Harbour on our right hand side. I did a video here in the A28 Cherokee years ago. Okay, we're definitely flaps up speed here. Ah, beautiful. Ah, beautiful. Look at that. All that custom work there. Okay, let's keep the nose down. Don't need to climb that crazily. Okay, I'm going to throw in the autopilot there.
Climb power set. After takeoff checklist, please.
Autopilot engaged. And let's bring in a left-hand turn.
After takeoff checks complete.
What a beautiful area. Let's put a little bit more of a turn in there. We don't want to be over those hills if there's any unseen turbulence. It's a very calm day, pretty much. We've only got about a 3 to 5 knot wind here, so it's not too bad. I love the reflection off those rotating props there. Sunset's just a lovely time to fly. Up through 3,000 feet, we're going to continue that climb. Yeah, looking. Oh, we do have air traffic back on 130.9. Okay. Centralize that up through 4,000 feet now, and just straightening out there. And then coming back over Coffs Harbour. Beautiful, beautiful. I'll just set the camera like that and then come back into the aircraft. So I don't see 130. Let's see, I don't see 130.9 yet. Let's just tune it and see what we can hear. Now that is Melbourne Centre. So we might be hearing something soon. Now that we've... Yep.
110. Then climb level 3 for the 50.
Okay, let's get on our track. Let's turn right and intercept that southbound VOR radial. There we go. That's enough of a turn, and we'll just watch for that needle to come across. And we know that we're actually on frequency. We can hear. You can hear the crackle. You can hear that it's a little bit far away now. But we will get better signal as we come into his airspace. And the flight engineer is managing our power for us, so we're just climbing at a smooth 160 knots with a climb rate of just over 1,000 feet per minute. Now, if we were fully loaded in the DC-6, like transatlantic flight, we obviously would never have. We'd have down to maybe 400 or 500 feet per minute sometimes with such a heavier load. But right now, because we've got such a light load of fuel, we're under the wet takeoff, as we said. We really have very comfortable performance.
New Zealand 110, good day, center climb flight level 350.
Just adjust our ascent there, coming up through 8,000 feet. Let's set a standard QNH. Actually, no. Let's
Centre, good evening, Qantas 991, this is a flight level 3 Coffs.
Qantas 991, good day, Centre, climb flight level 410.
40, Qantas 991.
Sometimes I found actually with the DC-6, it doesn't like when my primary altimeter, doesn't like when our primary altimeter, let's just go to localizer now. It doesn't like when the primary is set to something that's not local, so I usually set the standby to standard, and then I actually go off of the standby's altitude and not mine, and that means that I can. You'll see what I mean later.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 797.
Velocity 797, go ahead.
797, I have a clearance. I have a text clearance, wish to read back.
797, say your current position.
797 is at Adelaide Stand, I say, Bay 19.
Velocity 797, roger, go ahead, PDC read back.
Velocity 797 is understood to be cleared to Sydney via PQ3 departure, departing runway 23, squawking 4543. Velocity is 797.
Velocity 797, roger.
797, roger, request push and start.
Velocity 797, push back approved.
797.
Brisbane Centre, g'day, Connor 420 with you, 17,428 knots.
Connor 420, good day, Centre, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370.
So we are outbound 14 nautical miles at 213 knots. That's not right because we have we've got a ground speed of 217 knots, so that must be, yeah, that's correct. That is, it's just that this is our airspeed as shown by our pitot tubes, but because we're at altitude, it's actually I'm getting some icing here. Let's go turn on my icing. We're going through this this layer. I've been yep, there he is. 139. And he is Melbourne Centre. Melbourne Centre, good evening. Ansett 445 with you, coming through flight level 120, bound for flight level 180.
Ansett 445, good day, Centre, squawk 0522.
0522, Ansett 445. Okay, squawk set.
Ansett 445, identified, cleared to Sydney via Wormtown, planned route, climb flight level 180.
Climb flight level 180, thank you, 445. Okay. Everything is going according to plan. Now, the one thing that is going to be happening very soon now, coming up through flight level 130, is we're going to go over to our high blower, or our supercharger stage 2. And that's going to give us the additional thrust up to the higher altitudes above in this thin air. So, beautiful. Right, let's do that now. Now we have to come off. Yeah, this is where I'm going to come off takeoff. and you have to move that very quickly so that you don't destroy your engines. But what we have to do is we have to bring the engines down to a low speed, put 2 on in the middle, everything looks good, and then 2 on either side, and everything comes up, and now we're only rolling with maybe 50% throttle right now, but we're rolling back up to 40 inches manifold. So that's just given us a ton more thrust. And let's just roll.
Center velocity 1362 with you. Currently
let's just bring that down so that we don't overboost the engines.
Velocity 1362, good day, center.
And then also, we don't really need to be in auto rich.
When ready, descend flight level 130, velocity 1366. Correction, 1362.
Ah, we're showing mixture 2 lean.
Velocity 1362, when ready, advise your approach attention, center Lonnie.
So let's just keep the mixtures at auto rich until cruise, probably.
Center velocity 1362, currently intentions are to track direct for a runway 34 left ILS approach at Launceston.
Velocity 1362, roger. Velocity 1362, you cleared the controlled area in the centre. There's no reported RFR traffic, and the latest QNH from the Meta at Lonnie is 1007.
Coming up through 15,000.
Understood. The latest QNH is 1007. Copy, no reported IFR traffic, and I'll let you know when I'm close to the destination. Velocity 1362.
Yeah, we don't need any more de-icing on now. We're above the layer, and that wasn't very severe icing. It seemed going through that mild layer there. We only got some frost on the glass.
Qantas 226, 3 to 5.
Thank you, 226.
Yeah, going well. Few thousand feet more to go, 2,000-3,000 feet. And then we can level off at 18,000. Now let's just have a quick look at ATC. Yep, we do have ATC, beautiful ATC coverage all the way into Sydney. That's lovely. Usually that's the other way around in my videos. Usually as I get towards an area, the ATC disappears. So yeah, I'm not Qantas. Okay, right. Sorry, I set up my flight before I realized I couldn't use the Qantas livery. So this looks like a Qantas flight on Volanta, but on VATSIM it's actually I'm gonna have to change that afterwards.
23, confirm maintaining flight level 350 on QNH 1013.
Go AAA 445. Yeah, I'll have to change it a little later, but at least the call sign is the right one now.
Link 223, confirm maintaining flight level 350 on QNH 1013.
Sunset.
Flight level 350, Qantas plane 33.
Qantas 223, return your altimeter steps at 1013.
Yep, confirm 1013, Qantas 223.
Link 223.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 797, request taxi to runway 23.
Velocity 797, taxi via Bravo to Honeycomb Bravo 2, runway 23.
taxi via Bravo 2 to runway 23, velocity 797.
Okay, coming up to coming up to 18,000. Let's just reduce our ascent rate. And then just do a nice slower climb. So I'm watching the standby, which is on 1013, and I'm going to tune. I'm going to hit the altitude button. So the aircraft.
I think 223 request go away from the computer for a couple of minutes.
QX 223, that's through. And New Zealand 110. At Giros, change to Unicom 122.8, bye bye. And New Zealand 110 at Giros, contact or change to Unicom rather 122.8. Qantas 991 and Qantas 420 at Giros, change to Unicom 122.8.
Over to Unicom, Qantas 420.
Qantas 226, request IFR to Sydney.
To 110.
Station calling, sorry, say again.
Qantas 226, request IFR to Sydney.
Qantas 226, I don't have a flight plan for you at the moment. You able to refile?
Copy, I'll refile it now.
Melbourne
Yeah,
Center,
so
velocity
you can't
797, are ready for departure for runway 23, at holding at Bravo 2.
Velocity 797, runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 23, Bravo,
There you go.
correction, velocity 797.
Okay, we are set.
Something to do 3 back at computer.
Melbourne Centre, LGR 9988, clear to Melbourne route Bando to departure, and flight plan climb via SID to 6000, squawk 4757, and other gate 20 left.
9988, roger, men squawk 3724.
Is that 3724, LGR 988?
Okay.
Qantas 226, I've re-uploaded that IFR flight plan, requesting it to Sydney now.
station calling. Say your current position.
I'm currently in the Qantas 56 standby.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 1362, levelling off at flight level 130.
Just pausing track IR now. Beautiful sunset. I might just leave you here with the views of the sunset.
There's still no report of RFR traffic.
And I'll be back to you when we are getting ready to descend into Sydney.
Roger, clear to leave the controlled area. Own descent, velocity 1362.
New Zealand 110, Qantas 991 and Qantas 420, change to Unicom 122.1.
Melbourne Centre, velocity 797 at 4,500, heading to 10,000.
Velocity 797, identified climb by flight level 370.
Climb to flight level 370, velocity 797.
Qantas 226, gate Delta 9, coast I-5 to Sydney.
Delta 9 on the ground at Melbourne, is it?
Yes, sir.
Contact Melbourne Centre 123.75 okay.
Copy 123.75 for Qantas 2.
At 445, Brisbane Centre.
Go ahead for Ansett 445.
At 445, expect vectors for the standby. NZ 445, expect vectors for the independent visual approach runway 16 left in Sydney. When ready, descend flight level 130.
Expect vectors for the visual runway 16 approach, and we'll begin descent flight level 130, Ansett 445.
NZ 445, it's runway 16 left, and when ready, descend flight level 130.
Thank you. Runway 16 left, descent 130, 445. Okay, ladies and gents, so we've been given our descent, so let's come back down. So we've already got 400 feet per minute on the go there. Let's just increase that. And he's given us the visual 16 left approach, which
Melbourne Centre, velocity 1362, would you like us to remain on this frequency or to switch over Unicom?
interesting. He's given us a runway that I've not landed on before.
Velocity 1362.
That's cool.
Velocity 1362, that's your choice. You're currently outside of... actually, no, you're in controlled airspace, so remain this frequency, thanks.
Roger, we'll remain this frequency, velocity 1362.
Okay, he's cleared us down to 130. And then coming down through 130, we will again switch over from high blowers to low blowers, or down to first stage supercharger. But he's given me the visual into 16 left, and by the time we get to Sydney, I don't think we're going to be terribly visual. I think we're going to be. I think there is an ILS. Yeah, I'm seeing an ILS approach for 16 left, so that's what I'm going to be using. But maybe, excuse me, maybe the visuals, maybe the visibility is acceptable. We'll see. Sun has pretty much set now. So all the lights are going to start coming out.
All stations, Milton has to close. Change to Unicom 122.8 and have a good evening.
Dragon 379, copy, cheers.
Over to 122.8, but that doesn't mean that we won't have approach controller 124.4, which I will set now. 124.4. Oop. Click spots. Ah. Work, you silly thing. Right. 124.4 set. And coming down through 15,000 feet. So he cleared us to flight level 130, but now he's going offline, so that's going to give me the authority to do what I want until I get to Sydney Approach. And Sydney Approach, I have a feeling Sydney Approach might just give me something completely different. I don't know. If I drag over little nav map, you can see the 16 approach is this runway here, coming down here, 16 left. So he's given me that runway, which is way off. You know, usually it's 16 right, or it's 0725. Using the 16 left is an interesting choice. It gives me a much further taxi, which is fine. We'll just have to see what the Sydney approach controller gives us. It's going to be interesting. But we've still got a ways to go. I don't know why he's cleared me to 130 this early. I'm starting to see how early we are in our approach. That's pretty. Well, we'll level out at 130 anyway, and see where we are. Okay, I'm actually going to put on some speed here. Let's just bring the speed up. Let's go up to 35 inches. Pick up some speed as we level out, and let's try and speed this up. Let's see, that's Terry. Let's see if I can try and get to Sydney before Sydney approach controller closes. Yeah, I can see the airspace is starting to get less and less as the evening comes on. Let's see what time it is actually What time is it in Sydney right now? Oops, excuse me, that was my other one. That's flightsim.to. What time is it in Sydney? 6. It's only 20 minutes to. It's only 20 to 6. So you can see it really is the winter time. At 20 to 6, it's already sunset. It'll be like that again soon in the UK. So it's already halfway through August. Goodness me. Okay, coming down through 14,000 feet now. Oh, no, we're going up. Sorry, I took my eye off the aircraft just for a second there. Now, we are speeding up, of course. I don't mind that, because I'm realizing how I manually set my cruise at flight level 180, and I was sitting at an airspeed of about 160 or 170. Which was on the slow side. We could have hammered along a bit faster. So now in the descent, I've actually put the throttles up, and in the descent, we're actually gaining airspeed quite nicely now. But we'll come down to flight level 130 and see what's happening. Okay. Down we come, nice and smooth and gradual. Okay, continuing that descent. Currently 270 knots ground speed, which is nice. Excuse me. Lol. Sneezing just as I'm supposed to press the altitude select button. Right. Leveling out at 130. And now let's just bring off the superchargers. So now we can just bring them straight off. Let's go 1, 1, 2. 1, 2. And then let's just push the manifolds back up to 36, 37 inches. And leave it there. We're in auto lean at the moment still, so as soon as we start descending below 10,000 we'll put that back to auto rich. No problems there. And yeah, coming on to nighttime. So if we turn down our cockpits, oh yes, let's do something like that. That's good. What other lights do we have? That's the cockpit temperature. Do we have any lights that are more subtle than this? Like gauge lighting? I don't think we do. Oh, there's the red light. Oh, yes. Well, we could do the red lighting. So if we did that, and then turned off that, oh, that does look pretty cool. Although it misses out some of my gauges. I'm not sure I like that as much. If I did that, there you go. That is atmospheric. And then we've got one more light going on up there. Yeah, that's alright. I like that. So we're thundering along at 253 knots ground speed. Flight level 130. And we're still tracking, it looks like we're still tracking Coffs Harbour, which is cool. Inbound to, you can see now our NDB, sorry, yes, NDB, not DME, I was getting confused there. The NDB has come in, and you can see we're heading direct towards the Air Force Base. And you can see we're 133.3 nautical miles away from Coffs Harbour now. This leg is 163 nautical miles, so we know that we are 30 nautical miles away from the airbase. And hopefully he will not go offline. I think by about Newcastle we'll tune him up and see what's going on. In fact, I think I will begin a gentle descent down to, let's call it 6,000 feet. Okay, let's just bring the throttles down, and then just nose over the aircraft. Okay, that's good. So coming down through 13,000 feet, we're heading down for 6,000 feet. Let's just turn on, oh, I do kind of need this, don't I? Let's just turn on the seatbelt sign prematurely. Are we sure there's no better lighting than this? Oh. That's more like it. That's what I wanted. That's cool. Yes. Definitely. Where's that light coming from? Is that one there? There's not one from over there. Let's just whack that back on while we look for more light switches. Oh, you know the one thing I totally didn't do, going up to flight level 180, I'm so sorry guys, you're all probably screaming at me for this. Cabin pressurization, duh. Oh. And here I was thinking I was doing a really good job trying to keep on top of everything, and I forget my cabin pressurization. Yeah, so sorry, we've killed all of our passengers. Well, I don't know, we weren't up at flight level 180 too long, not for hours and hours, so maybe we haven't killed all of them. Oh, that's really stupid of me. I'm so sorry, guys. Well, we're coming down below 10,000 now, so there's no point in touching it now. But oh, I'm so sorry. Massive disclaimer. Sorry, I totally should have. I normally do. It's normally when I'm not on VATSIM and when I'm not recording a video. I remember things like that, but this time I totally didn't. Okay, so 47, so we're about 10-15 minutes away, sorry, 10-15 nautical miles away from the airbase. And I can see that my... I'm going to come off of the Coffs Harbour. Now you see I can't see this now. So... what lighting do I have for the center pedestal? Well, I don't really, but I'm just going to have to turn that on to like there. Okay. So let's just bring all these up to auto rich now, coming down through 10,000. And now let's come back to the gyro pilot. So we're now no longer going off of the Coffs Harbour VOR. Let's now tune the Sydney VOR. And for some reason I can't see a Sydney VOR on my... This is where I am going to bring in Navigraph charts. Let's just sort this out. Like so, like so. Okay. YSSY will take us to the, let's go to the taxi chart, airport briefing. Let's go over the airport picture. Where is that? Airport info. Here we go. Right, where's a VOR? There's a Sydney VOR. Where is it? Is it on this one? Maybe I need an approach. Yeah, okay, let's... Where's the localizer? Where's the VOR? It's not giving us a VOR. Interesting. Okay, what I could do is go to the scenery library and flip it over. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, now I've got the VOR. Okay, 112.10. Okay, we don't see that yet. We're passing overhead. Okay, we're passing overhead now. Just do a slight left-hand turn. Okay, at this juncture, ladies and gents, let's tune Sydney approach. Okay. Okay, so we're 71 nautical miles away from Sydney. Still descending through 8,000 feet. We've gone back to standard. Should have gone back to standard now. Do we have an ATIS? I don't think we have. Let's 126.25. Let's go. Nope, no ATIS. Okay, ATIS. Information Charlie. Information Charlie. Expect visual approach, independent visual approach, runway 16 right and 16 left. Okay, that is real then. Operational info, independent partial approaches and departures in progress. Winds 190 at 19. Crazy. General visibility is great, is 10 kilometers. Few clouds at 3,000 feet. Temperature 14, QNH 1015. Okay, that's helpful. Let's go back to 124.
Thank you, sir.
Sydney departures, corner 17014, IFR to Melbourne as filed.
Corner 1701, approach, good day, PDC.
Check my PDC, 1701.
Okay, let's stop at 7,000 feet and then contact ATC. Oh, there is tower as well. Look at that. Sweet. Just gets better. So Sydney Tower is 125. Just so we've got that set and ready to go. Let's just come back on the power now. And let's level out at 7,000 and contact like we said. absolutely pitch black outside. Going through some fog there. 7,000 set. Okay, so this is Sydney approach. We are Ansett 445 with information Charlie. Okay, ooh, bit of turbulence there. Sydney approach, good evening, Ansett 445 with you, currently 7,000 feet, IFR with information Charlie.
Ansett 45 approach, good day, maintain 7,000, runway 1, I don't know, give you 16 right, status independent visual approach.
Maintain 7,000 and we'll expect 16 right, Ansett 445, thanks. Okay. Yeah, we got a bit of turbulence there as I was talking.
Oh yeah, anybody on the ground at Sydney, contact the tower, I think they're on 120.
Whoa, what's going on here? Whoa. Whoa, turbulence or wind shear, something weird going on. Maybe it's something to do with the transition between layers coming down. Maybe there's a weather layer in altitude, and I'm just on the edge of one layer and the other layer, and as I bob up and down in between them, it shifts. So we should be QNH 1015. Set. And
oh, sorry, was that Jetstar 2? Oh, sorry, Thomas.
Nah, don't be sorry, mate. A bit better.
Such a rookie error.
Yes, you should be better, mate. You're trying to do your C1.
So.
Maybe I was just pretending to be a C1.
So, I heard about how VATSIM, the VATSIM standards for radio communications were supposed to be getting a lot stricter soon, if not already. And I'm delighted to see that the Australians, Australians work off a different set of rules, which is great. No, just having a joke, but yeah, it's nice to see that people are having fun at the same time as trying to be serious. It's not, take it all with a pinch of salt. Okay, so we can see that we're flying outbound from our NDB on a heading of about 190. Yeah, about 190, 191, and we will be at Sydney fairly soon now. I'm not seeing that. Let's just see if I can find. Yeah, it's supposed to be 112.10. But it's a non-directional beacon. It's not a VOR, which makes no sense. I would have. You know what? Let's go back to Navigraph here. There's no way there's not a VOR at Sydney. Here we go. Let's zoom in here.
Ansett 45, turn right, track direct to Erden.
Track direct Erden, is that a GPS waypoint for Ansett 445? We can only do radio navigation.
No, Ansett 45. Are you able to take the heading then?
A firm.
Ansett 45, turn left 210. Sorry, turn right heading 210.
Turn right 210, Ansett 445, thanks. So we're on radar vectors now anyway, so you know. Right. So let's start this turn. There's 210. Right, there we go. There's 210. Let's just straighten that up. Remember, we're not looking at this, we're looking at this. It's 210, bang on, there we go, perfect. Right, so we're now on radar vectors, so he's going to bring us down to an ILS.
Ansett 45, descend 6,000.
6,000 Ansett 445. All up at auto rich mixture. Now let's get, he gave us 16 right, and the ILS for 16 right is 1095. So we can pop that in now, and the localizer for that is 155. Set. Okay. Yeah, we've got a tower controller as well. So with a tower controller, let's now think about our ground chart. He's going to want us to run off of some logical ground charts. Let's go taxi, and let's go the airport one there, and zoom in. So he probably will probably decel by kilo or something like that. So we'll just see what he gives us. Localizer's already in, but we're 24.
And Ansett 445, I presume no ILS?
No, we can do ILS for 445.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thanks.
Ansett 45, descend 5,000.
5,000, 445. Okay, we just continue the descent. Oh, our thrust is a offset there. It's because my throttles don't quite correspond to that, so I have to actually fly with offset throttles so that the in-game throttles are represented correctly. Sometimes desyncs a little bit, especially when using this. Okay, so, well, I should just minimize this and not do this again. Approach 26 right, ILS or loc. We start at 3,000, right? Okay. That's fine. We start at 3,000.
That's at 445, descend 3,000.
At 3,000 and set 445. Okay, let's just
City
keep it.
Delta's now current changes. Wind is 19 at 16, temperature 13, there's no clouds.
Okay. No clouds at all. Lovely. I do see some cloud, but maybe that's just off to one side. There's Sydney. There's Sydney there. Okay, I can see the glide slope. We're under the glide slope, which is good already. And he's given us down to 3,000, which is the last, or the final speed. Sorry, not speed. So it's the final altitude before the top of the ILS. So that is good. Coming down, we'll make it in plenty of time, I think. 2,000 feet in let's just start to decel. Yeah, we're getting the altitude. No, we're getting the gear attraction. We're getting the gear horn because we bit of a spike there. It was probably stuff loading in. But look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, it'll look even more beautiful soon. Yeah, and he's got me heading straight for the end of the ILS, which is good. We have a 21 knot side wind right now, coming from there. See the one with the flashing light there? That's the one we're going to be landing on. Everything's looking good.
It's at 445 from this heading to localizer runway 165, let ILS approach.
Once at 3,000, engage the localizer 16 right approach, ansett 445.
And actually, ansett 445, turn right, head about 230, just be slight deviation, apologies.
230, excuse me, 230, no problems, ansett 445.
And then you just have one little bit more of a turn to get on the final little.
Cheers, no worries. So it's 121, 22, 23. He wants me 223. Sorry. He wants me 230. Oh, coming down through 3,000. Let's just. There we go.
And you're on ansett 445 from this header, you can join the localizer. Cleared, harvest approach.
Join the localizer and cleared for the ILS approach 445, thanks. Okay, so we're down to 160. We've decelled very nicely there. And he said we can join the ILS, so let's bring the heading back in. That's 3,000. Let's just hold 3,000 there for the moment. Don't want to be plummeting through that and hitting into the city. Let's stop. Let's stop there. No, actually. Okay, no, okay. Let's go with that. I'm just looking at my glide slope. I'll blow through my glide slope still at that angle. I think let's just pull off. Let's pull off the autopilot. And let's go manual. That's always fun. So let's put first stage of flaps. Flaps can come in below 174 knots, I believe. Oh, we need this one. That's going to give us our flap pressure. That's very important. Let's go gear down. Okay, gear R down. 3 greens. I can see the runway centerline now, so let's start.
It's at 445, contact with tower 120.5 knot.
120.5, thanks. Good evening, 445. Sydney Tower, Ansett 445 with you, localizer approach, runway 16 right. Sydney Tower. Did I get that right? 125? .5. Sydney Tower, Ansett 445. He's not responding. I'm hearing no one on freak. Can anyone hear me on this frequency? Okay, something's wrong. I'm going to go back to. I'm going to do a missed approach and then go back to. Sydney Tower. Sydney Tower. Okay. Right. I'm going to do a go around. Sydney approach. This is Ansett 445 doing a go around. I'm afraid I couldn't get in contact with the tower controller. So climbing to 3,000 feet, runway heading.
Ansett 445, thanks. Are you happy to join a right downwind?
A right downwind for runway 16 right, Ansett 445, thanks.
And just maintain the 3,000.
A firm, 445.
Rex 316, climb flight level 200.
Follow 200, Rex 316.
Okay, just... Oh.
And Rex 316, resume mode navigation. Turn right, direct to Gunter. Rex 316, resume mode navigation. Turn right, direct to Gunter. Flight level 200.
Right, 200, my apologies, just trying to find Gunter, direct Gunter from current position, climb 200, thanks Rex 316.
And slow it down, man, slow it down.
Okay, on autopilot again, coming up to... Okay, so why wasn't I able to contact Sydney Tower 120.5? So in standby I've got 120.5 in standby. So I'm going to try... Why? Oh, hang on. Let's just fly the plane. That's the outer marker. Okay, so let's do a right.
45, you're turning that downwind?
Hey firm, just doing my crosswind now, Ansett 445. Okay, that was a little bit crazy. Wasn't expecting that, but good to try that. We're just doing our crosswind leg now, so there's crosswind. Right. Okay. Right downwind coming in now. Ansett 445 is doing a right downwind runway 16 right now.
Ansett 445. Ansett 445, do you hear me now at all, no?
A firm?
Yes.
Okay, now this leg is going to be a bit longer, because we've got to go down to the end of the ILS and then turn back in again. Let's just make that relatively reciprocal of the... we do have a 16 knot crosswind. Okay. Just looking in... okay, where are we? Where's the airfield? Yeah, there. I think that's it. Yeah, that's the airfield right there. Okay. So I'm going to try and contact... Well, he didn't... Did he even message me there? No. Oh. Sorry, that was...
Senior departures, g'day, class 479, passing 1,600, climbing 5,000, heading 160.
Qantas 479 departures, g'day, climb flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Qantas 479.
And 479, are you able to direct to Wollongong?
A firm, standby.
479, no worries, free cleared. Sorry, resume navigation, turn right and direct to Wollongong, flight level 280, just let me know when you can.
It's just decel.
Resume navigation direct to Wollongong, and should be turning now, Qantas 479.
479, cheers.
Okay, at least Sydney Tower now knows I wasn't
Ansett 445, your discretion, joint base, contact the tower 120, decimal 5, good night, cleared to visual approach.
At own discretion, join base and contact tower, thanks. 445.
Approach, g'day, wedge tail 1-1.
Wedge tail 1-1, Sydney approach, g'day.
Okay. Wait until that glide slope bar raises up to our altitude, and then we'll turn in for a base. Oh, we are a little bit slow now. Let's go flaps 10.
Which tower 11, Sydney approach?
Wedge tower 11.
Which tower 11, what are you looking for? You called me up?
Yeah, we're inbound just at the north, about a bit in the airspace.
Which tower 11, squawk 2014.
2014, Wedge tower 11.
Okay, let's turn base. At my own discretion.
And Wedge tower 11 is descending through 133 for 8,000.
Wedge tower 11 identified, cleared Sydney via Boree plane route. Runway 16 right, expect ILS approach.
With Sydney via Boree flight plan route 16 right, expect the ILS, Wedge tower 11.
Sydney Tower, Ansett 445.
Ansett 445, Sydney Tower, good day, radio 5, runway 16 right, clear to land.
Ansett 445 is joining localizer runway 16 right.
Yeah, Ansett 445, runway 16 right, clear to land, and radio 5 now.
Thank you. Yeah, clear to land, runway 16 right, Ansett 445.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to go off with that now, and turn in for our localizer. Gears coming down. Flaps 15.
Speedbird 1174, over at domestic 3, stand 32, requesting push and start.
Speedbird 1174, push approach.
Oh, there's a Speedbird.
Speedbird 1174.
Let's not do a total nosedive here. Perfect. Now we need to capture that localizer and not be descending at 2,000 feet per minute. Or banking more than 30 degrees, lol. Right. Okay, 140. Let's get the flaps down now. We know that we've got clearance. And all is right with the world. Oh, we've got some RPM issues. I'm just not going to touch that. That's some RPM issues I'm not happy with. Maybe the RPM governor has gone defunct. I know that happens sometimes. I'm just going to keep it where it is. 2500 RPM is good for me. That'll work. Right. Let's not get pushed off the localizer. Let's manage our throttles properly. Okay, continue to decelerate down to a touchdown speed. That's it. That's good. I like it. Picture is good. Just make sure we've got a right crosswind there. Let's just make sure we stay on localizer. So we were in the air a little bit longer than we expected, but here we are. We look like we've got a good profile. Whoop. Hello, wind. There's that 19. Well, it's like 16 knots now. It's a little bit less, but it's still considerable winds here, enough to make you feel it. Okay, a little bit high. Let's just bring it down. Okay. I'm a little bit low. Correcting. Being a little bit low is easier than being a little bit too high. Okay, about 100 knots. Let's pull the power now.
1174, press taxi 16 right.
And touchdown.
Steven 1174, taxi via Golf Bravo 2, according for Bravo 2, runway 16 right.
Golf Bravo 216 right. Steven 1174.
This is Bravo 6. Ansett 445 is vacating Bravo 6.
Ansett 445, welcome to Sydney. Safe parking if you have.
No parking. I'm happy to do what you ask.
Ansett 445, Roger, you can turn left onto Bravo, then taxi to any bay on your right hand side.
Taxi left on Bravo and any bay on the right hand side. Ansett 445, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Let's get the position off. Flaps up. Let's just taxi in and sit next to whatever this is, this Qantas. So, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching if you made it all the way to the end. That was a bit of a surprising end to the approach in Sydney. For whatever reason you heard there, I couldn't call up the tower controller, so I did tried to do a standard missed approach, got back on the approach controller, and he vectored me around, and here we are. So for some reason now, the second time round, I was able to hear the guy. So, and at first, when I first didn't answer him, it's because he initially sounded like another aircraft. He didn't actually sound to me like the actual. He didn't actually sound like the approach controller himself, so that was a bit weird. It took me a moment or two to realize that was him. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the parking checklist. Parking brake is set, cut engines, let's put the wheel chocks on. Or maybe we need the engines off for that. Oh, there's the British Airways. And that is an A320 British Airways. What on earth is it doing at Sydney? I have no clue. Engines are off. Let's go with wheel chocks.
Velocity 956, clear, so available.
Velocity 956, go ahead.
Velocity 956, clear to Darwin.
Ground power.
By Richmond 500.
Whoop. Oh. There we go. That's what I meant to do.
Walk 6011. Departures frequency 124.4.
Cleared to Darwin via Richmond flight planned route. Dina 7 departure runway 16 right.
Oh, you can hear the wind.
To 5000 squawk 6011 departures 124.4. We're on domestic 3 bay 40 velocity 956.
Velocity 956. Thanks.
Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed that. I will see you later. Have a good day.
Clear for takeoff.